Dear students, this is PowerPoint presentation based on the topic chemical bonding. In this presentation, I, Vimi Jaggi, will explain you why we need to study about bonding. All of you know that every system tends to be more stable, and bonding is nature's way of lowering the energy of the system to attain stability. जैसे हर चीज़ इस नेचर की हर चीज़ को स्टेबिलिटी रिक्वायर्ड होती है, सिमिलरली एटम्स ऑल्सो वांट टू बी स्टेबल. In this PPT, we will study about the topic why do atoms combine, why are only certain combinations possible, why do some atoms combine while certain others do not combine, and when atoms combine they form molecules, and why do molecules possess definite shapes. Now, what is an atom? All of you know that an atom consists of three kind of particles: electron, proton and neutron. Out of these three fundamental particles, the proton and neutron present in the center part of the atom, which is called nucleus, and electrons are rotate around the nucleus in circular path called orbits. The nucleus and all the inner orbits of electrons are collectively known as kernels, and the outer shell is called valence shell. The valence shell of an atom can accommodate a maximum of 8 electrons. किसी भी एटम का outermost shell maximum 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन को accommodate कर सकता है, which is called octet of electron. This octet of electron represent particularly stable electronic arrangement. According to Lewis, the atoms achieve the stable octet when they are linked by chemical bonds. Lewis के according atoms stable octet achieve करते हैं जब वो chemical bond से linked होते हैं. We can represent atoms by their Lewis dot structure. Every atom has different number of valence electrons, means the number of electrons present in their outermost orbit. Different atoms have different number of outermost electrons, which are called their valence electrons. Here in this slide you can see lithium, which is a member of first group of the periodic table, has 1 electron in its valence shell. Beryllium is member of second group, it has 2 electron in its valence shell. Boron is element of group 13, has 3 electron in its valence shell. Carbon is element of group 14 with 4 electron in valence shell. Nitrogen of group 15 has 5 electron in its valence shell. Oxygen has 6, fluorine has 7, and neon has 8 electron in its outermost shell. These structure of elements are called Lewis symbol, and only the outer shell electron take part in chemical combination. It means the only valence electron of an atom take part in bond formation. An atom can complete octet by two different ways: by transfer of valence electron from one atom to another, or by sharing of valence electron in order to have an octet in their valence shell. मीन्स एक एटम अपने आउटर मोस्ट में 8 इलेक्ट्रॉन्स 2 वे से कंप्लीट कर सकता है. फर्स्ट बाय गेनिंग और लॉसिंग इलेक्ट्रॉन, और सेकेंड बाय शेयरिंग ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन. द फर्स्ट वे that is by donation and gaining of electron. During that type of bond formation, the bond form is called ionic bond. An ionic bond is when electron leaves one atom and exothermally enters into orbits around another. These two oppositely charged ions now attract each other. When an atom lost electron, it acquire positive charge, and when an atom gain electron, it acquire negative charge. मीन्स जब एक एटम इलेक्ट्रॉन को लॉस करता है तो वो कैटायन फॉर्म करता है, और जब एक एटम इलेक्ट्रॉन को गेन करता है तो वो एनायन फॉर्म करता है. आयनिक बॉन्ड्स आर जनरली फॉर्म बिटवीन मेटल्स एंड नॉन मेटल्स. Metals donate electron and form cations. Non-metal gain electron and form anions. Now here one example of ionic bond between sodium and chlorine. All of you know that atomic number of sodium is 11. It has electronic configuration of 281. It is clearly visible in this slide. Sodium has 1 electron in its valence shell, which is shown by a red dot. Chlorine, atomic number of chlorine is 17. It has 7 electron in its valence shell, 2 electrons in its first shell, 8 electron in its second shell, and 7 electron in its third shell. Now, due to presence of 1 electron in its outermost orbit, sodium donates its 1 electron to chlorine. By donating 1 electron, sodium acquires 1 plus charge, and by gaining 1 electron, chlorine atom acquires 1 negative charge. Why sodium acquires plus charge? Because when it donates 1 electron, the number of electrons become less than number of proton. Similarly, why chlorine acquires negative charge? Because by gaining 1 electron, the number of electrons in chlorine becomes 1 more than number of protons. Means by the losing of electron, there will be positive charge, and when an atom gain electron, there will be negative charge. Clear, students? This point I hope clear to everyone. The bond formed as a result of electrostatic attraction between the positive and negative ion is termed as the electrovalent bond. Means the bond formed between a metal and non-metal by donation and gaining of electron is called electrovalent or ionic bond. Electrovalent bond means ionic bond. Ionic bond is also known as electrovalent bond. Now, another type of bond which is formed between atoms is called covalent bond. It is a type of bond which is formed by mutual sharing of electrons between two atoms of same or two atoms of two different elements. It is further classified into single, double, and triple covalent bond on the basis of number of electrons shared between the two atoms. When two atoms share one electron pair, they are said to be joined by a single covalent bond. In this slide, it is clearly visible that chlorine atom has 7 in its valence shell. Each chlorine atom required 1 electron to complete its octet. Therefore, two chlorine atoms share their 1 electron, and the shared pair of electron belongs to both the atom. दोनों की वो equally shared होते हैं. It is clear from this slide there is two circle, and in between the circle, where the circle crossed one another, there is a pair of electron which belongs to both the chlorine. Means by sharing 1 electron, the octet of both the chlorine atom completed. Similarly, if two atoms share two pairs of electrons, the covalent bond formed between them is called a double bond. Here example of carbon dioxide is given. Carbon share its 2 electron with one of the oxygen, and another 2 electron with another oxygen atom. By sharing its 2 electron with one oxygen, double bond formed between one oxygen, and similarly double bond formed between carbon and oxygen, between carbon and another oxygen atom. And when there is sharing of 3 electron pair, a triple bond is formed. I hope what is meaning of chemical bond, why bond formation is required, and how an atom completes its octet by forming bond is clear to everyone.